Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with all of them so far. Now, this is kind of where things get hairy. You see, I mean, when I've got him posed up here, this is how he was in the diorama set. He's taking a knee. Not just because it looks good, but because I cannot get this guy to stand up on his own. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am horrible at posing these guys, but he never seems to want to stand up. Oh, and of course he doesn't now. But anyways, his hips are a little bit loose, and it's probably just this figure. But I'll get him on there sometimes, and he will just fall right over. Just over and over and over. So I figured, hey, what the heck. I mean, if somebody bumps that shelf, he's going to fall down if I did manage to get him to stay up like that. But he just feels like his hips are a little bit loose. Probably just this one. So mileage may vary on that. But I mean, he looks good. He actually does have the red fin on his head, which I was kind of surprised because that is show accurate. A lot of the, I think even the Voyager class series that's coming out here, or actually did just hit stores, doesn't even have that red fin on it. It's just gray. So kind of surprising they did that on the Commander series and not the Voyager, but we'll see. So he's got the same kind of deals here. He does have the clear plastic. You can see some on the back, not as bad as the others. It's kind of hidden a little bit more. Some down here in the side. Of course, the most glaring thing is the I don't know what you call these. I guess they're null rays, but they don't. We'll go with null rays because it is Starscream. So we've got null rays here on the arms, clear plastic as well. I would rather see weapons. You know, same thing with Optimus. I'd rather see weapons that are actually like painted or detailed instead of this really crappy clear plastic look. It just doesn't. In the small figures it's okay, but you get some of like the MechTech weapons in the Voyager class that have the clear gimmick for the lighting. It just sucks, and these guys don't do that, so I don't really see the need for the clear weapon gimmick. I'm gonna take him off for a second just so I can kind of show you here. So articulation on him is good. His knees bend, hips bend. The feet, you can rotate these. They just spin. I mean, there's no articulation to them. Forward, backwards, anything like that. They just rotate. So I mean, it does help for posing if you can get the guy to stand up straight. Arms are pretty good. Ball joints in the top. You can kind of bring them up. I don't really know that that's like an intended posing. I don't know why in the world you'd do that, but it's more just of a, you know, the ball joints there for the transformation. What's kind of nice about this too, I don't recall them ever showing this in the instructions when I got the figure, but the arms, like when you transform him from jet mode to robot form, right? So he comes like this, and his arms are actually part of these missile, or not the missile, it's the front of the jet. You can see the cockpit here. So his arms are actually part of that. What you can do is you can pull his arm right up, and it actually slips out of that. So if you wanted to pose him up pretty cool, and you know, get the weapons on his arms, not have this huge, clunky cockpit and jet front hanging out on his arms, you can do that, and the null rays on here fit just fine. So it's still possible. I mean, you put them on there, and it looks. I think it looks a little bit better. It'd be nice if they didn't have all this just garbage hanging on his arms, but it's just a limitation on the size of the figure and the transformation. I mean, he looks good in jet form. I'll give him that. I think he looks even better in robot form. So I mean, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this line. Did not know what I was getting into when I got these. I got really lucky. Found them all at Target right when they started hitting the shelves. And I'm money well spent. I had a couple of the Hasbro coupons left over. So I mean, I think they were $9, somewhere around that, and you got them $3 off each. So they were dirt cheap. But yeah, like I said, pretty satisfied. If you're a fan of the Transformer Prime series, I definitely recommend picking these guys up. Not much to them. I mean, you don't expect a lot, but you can be happy enough knowing you've got a pretty detailed looking small figure you can set up for dioramas or what have you. Yeah, see, he's not going to stand up. So, I mean, you've got a decent looking figure that you can put on display. I mean, if you want a showpiece or you have something like you run a display in your house, I mean, they look alright, especially for Transformers Prime. Now, in comparison, see, that's the Legion class. So this is the smaller class figures. I'm going to give that a second so we can see if we'll focus on this guy. So this is Legion class. What you've got is, you know, let's take this, again, rubberized. It's not clear, so I'm kind of satisfied with that, but it is a little bit see-through. You've got obvious pieces of car hanging off of him. He doesn't look like this in the show, in the one episode that he was in. So it's all right. Wheels hanging out the back. I mean, you could probably put him on his back, and he would roll. So he definitely does do that. They're all right. The Legion class are not my favorite. I picked up RC just because that, you know, I missed the first edition series. Deluxe hadn't hit the shelves around here, or at least it wasn't easy to find. So I picked up the Legion class RC and the Legion Cliff Jumper. Nah, I don't know. Unless you're really hard pressed or you're a completionist, you want to have them all, I wouldn't worry too much about these guys. The Viacon I did pick up too. He's actually pretty alright. I think he's probably the better of the bunch. I just passed on Ratchet because I was lucky and got the deluxe figure, and I think it looks a lot better. But I'll do some reviews on those guys later on. Some of those I still actually have in the package. I haven't removed them, so we'll see if I can find a couple extra ones to pop open and take a look at. So I mean, in size comparison, that's a Legion class Cliff Jumper. I mean, that's probably accurate to his actual size in the show. If you're concerned about, you know, scale and what have you. And then there is Voyager class Optimus. So a pretty big size difference. Let's take him out of here again. So let's just compare the two. So I mean, you got Legion class Optimus and Voyager class Optimus. Big decent size difference. He's about twice as tall as the Commander Series class. I think I just said Legion. He's a Commander Series. Sorry. They're okay. Like I said, if you like them, go for the Commander Series. Just pass the Legion if you're not too concerned. Definitely pick up the Voyager class. I'm a big fan of these guys, and I'm going to do some reviews on Optimus and Megatron. I have both of those, and as soon as I pick up Starscream and Bulkhead, I'm going to do some video reviews on them too, because I'm a big fan. I'm really looking for Starscream right now. Bulkhead's going to be pretty sick too. Missed out on the first edition Bulkhead. Kind of pisses me off, but I'm not going to spend $50+ to get a Voyager Prime Series figure. Just not worth it. Anyways, that's about it for these guys. If you guys have any questions about the Commander class or the Voyager or anything in particular about the Prime Series toys, I do have most of them, most of the major ones at least. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll get a video review up on them as soon as I can. I'm just kind of going through this thing, get a lot of toys to review, and I'm not really doing it in any set pattern. So just let me know if you guys want to see something or you have any questions, and I'll let you know what I have, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Alright, take it easy guys. See you again.